Marvel has tremendously wasted your time with this teaser rollout that they did. And before you go down in the comment section and make fun of that I'm only 5'7", just hear me out for a second, okay? What did you get? What did you get out of these trailers? What did you gain after watching them that you didn't already know beforehand? Anything? Because this is something that I noticed. I tried to sit back in and I thought that the teasers were fine. You know, I didn't think they were that terrible. But I didn't know what I was supposed to feel. Oh, cool. These characters are coming back. That's awesome. You did a 3-hour live stream, not like 4 months ago. I already knew most of these. What's the point here? Cyclops has a comic-accurate suit. Yeah, go figure. They did it with Wolverine. Why wouldn't he have one? Like, it's cool, but like, what? It's not new. Captain America has an offspring? Yeah. We learned that was a possibility in the first episode of She-Hulk. Thor actually looks cool again? Yeah, actually, that one did catch me by surprise. I honestly thought they ruined Thor, but I guess we might get cool Thor again. That's cool. Fist bump. My point being is, me personally, I haven't found anything uniquely interesting about these teasers. The only thing I really felt while watching these is like the nostalgia tingles in my left nipple area from watching the X-Men trailer. Other than that, I didn't feel anything. And that's exactly it. Even the part that I did like, I already knew was gonna happen, so why did you show it to me? You couldn't have shown me, like, why I should care on a story level? You couldn't have shown me who the Avengers are for this Avengers movie? Like, what do you expect from me? I'm not excited about this for, I think, a good reason. And while, yes, it's cool to get my nerdy earlobe pulsating, it just doesn't mean much to me. And I'd like to explain why that is. And I think me having 28 subscribers probably is the most qualified person you'll find on YouTube to talk about this. I think it boils down to 3 main issues here, okay? The first one being is that we have no setup. There's no setup here. We don't even know who the Avengers are. We've never been at a point where an Avengers movie starts rolling out and we don't know who the Avengers are. Yeah, you can have speculations, right? Yeah, you can watch 3C films. All of a sudden, what? You think you know what's going on? Marvel hasn't even shown you what's going on. All of that is speculation. And I think the fact that we have to speculate is kind of the point. The lack of setup here is so astounding. It's not a new criticism or even that interesting in any way to say, look at from phases 4 through phases 6, what happened there? You got Wonder Man? Cool. I wonder who cares about you. You got She-Hulk, you got the Marvels, you got Shang-Chi, you got Fantastic Four, you got Guardians 3, you got, I don't know, Agatha all along. And I like a lot of those projects. As a matter of fact, I love some of them. The point is, though, why should I care? And that was so abundantly clear that that's going to be an issue when they, in their teaser, for some reason had The Thing and M'Baku meet up together. And they do that whole thing where, like, Marvel characters misunderstand each other's names. You know that joke. That's your favorite joke. And I was sitting there like, this is their final teaser. This is, like, the last teaser before we actually get into trailer territory, presumably. And these characters have no history. What's the point of this? It feels meaningless. It just feels like you're like, oh, look, this is somebody from your toy chest. There's somebody else. They're going to talk to each other. Give me your money. And I'm worried that this is how I'm gonna feel throughout the whole film. I'm worried that they're gonna be like, oh, look, it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man meeting up with Kate Bishop Hawkeye. You know? It's one of the first times, I think, specifically in Marvel, that we see this nostalgia bait teasing just not working anymore. It doesn't feel novel. It's not cool. Which puts them into a very interesting predicament, because now what? Oh, maybe talk about the story, which comes into the second point of issue here. There was no story. I don't know what's going on. The movie's called Avengers Doomsday, and they didn't even bring up the possibility of Doctor Doom. This movie could have been called Movie Stars Have Babies, and it would be the same thing. And right here is the perfect time to bring up the absolute butt gobbling that Marvel fans do nowadays. I'm an OG Marvel fan. I was there from the beginning. I grew up with these movies. They mean so much to me. But I don't owe Marvel caring about this. You understand that, right? And I'm sure all of you with more than 2 brain cells probably can connect the two together here. But I feel like every time I bring up Marvel on this channel, there's a bunch of crazy people that are yelling at me for having this opinion. Look, if you're excited for Avengers Doomsday, I'm so happy for you. I'm excited too. And you can have that opinion, and I respect it with all of my heart. But I also think I have a valid criticism of Marvel being like, bend over, spanking me, and telling me to give them their money. I think there's a valid critique in there somewhere. You can like Marvel without just totally ignoring the issues that are very clearly present here. But fandoms have gotten so toxic on the internet that you can't do that, can you? You think that you have to like everything that things you like do, and you don't need to do that. So this is just a friendly reminder that Marvel owes you. You are giving Marvel money to entertain you, to give you meaningful stories. Just like we did from Iron Man to Endgame. They have to prove themselves to us. And the issue here is, I don't think they have. I don't think they've proved themselves. And that's sad to see Marvel in a state like that, you know? What's even more sad is how many leaks there were of these trailers. I would be foolish to talk about this whole story here and not bring up all of the leaks that happened beforehand. I don't know what's going on with Marvel, but the amount of leaks they've gotten lately is absolutely insane. They need to start firing some people. Kevin Feige, where's your sniper, right? You gotta redeploy that, my guy. And this is to all of the people who engage in leak content, okay? You have every right to do so. And I fully encourage you going and you spoiling everything for yourself. That's totally fine. But I'm so tired. I'm on film Twitter, obviously. I'm so tired of people spoiling good fun for everybody else because they enjoy leaks. These quote-unquote reporters will literally post spoilers of Scream 7 months ahead of Scream 7's release. It's so frustrating. It ruins the fun for all of us. And I promise you, my outlook on these trailers would have been at least somewhat different. Maybe I would still be very critical about them. But if I were able to watch them not knowing anything, not even knowing that there was going to be an X-Men trailer, right? Then I think I would have had more fun. I think that would have been more interesting. I think that it would have been good. Sadly, we don't live in that reality. Sadly, we have people who love to just fart all over everybody's cakes and post it on Reddit. I don't know. I just think that it's very clear that our time was wasted here. That what do we know? Why should we care about this movie? Oh, because Marvel's releasing it. And we'll see. I hope that Avengers Doomsday is great. I really want it to be. But the signs are pointing to it being, at very least, the weakest Avengers movie. Possibly just a complete dud. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I suppose that's all I had to say. If you agree with me, put that down below in the comments. If you want to spank that subscribe button right on the tush, I would much appreciate it, because if you look at my lighting setup here, this is a heat lamp with parchment paper wrapped around it. It works really well. I'm not complaining, but I am saying that I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button so we can grow this channel over here. That's all. That's all I got for you. Peace.